bitch.
Well, we're getting it
Sweet.
right in the sweet spot.
You know when you like smell something funny?
Yeah.
And you kind of look around and you know there's a midget nearby? You know what I mean?
No.
I don't like them. We're going to come out real hot with that.
Where the fuck is this coming from?
You know my phobia.
I understand.
I don't like them. And I saw one the other day, and I'm talking to him like they're just like these ravenous creatures, but I don't know. I saw, and I wanted to talk to you about it, and it bugged me because, he had shorter arms than normal.
Yeah.
For a
little person.
Even for a little person, had smaller arms than normal. Like it looked like at his elbows, his hands just grew out of his elbows.
Oh, okay.
But he had full forearms and everything. He didn't have any like.
You just had shorter arms.
Yeah, and it was like, it reminded me of a T-Rex, and I don't know. I felt bad for him, but it just bugged me, and it's been on my mind for a while, and I figured this was the place to.
I haven't been able to sleep at night.
It's not a fun thing. I have a weird phobia with them. Pretty much anybody who knows me knows that that's like a big fear of mine is the little people.
You caught me so fucking off guard with that comment. Usually it's me saying weird shit to start the show.
Yeah.
it's
like me. It's me today.
What?
But it's been bugging me. Like I had to talk to somebody about it, and I know that I have a weird thing with the little people.
I mean, what's the context in the like just at a store or something?
Like when we were at Walmart, or I was at Walmart on Monday afternoon or Sunday morning, one of the two, and it was either Monday or Sunday or Monday. Yeah, and he had his little vest on working there, and I
fucking little vest.
I don't know. It was, I mean, I'm cordial, I'd say hi and things like that. I'm not rude or anything, but, it's just, I just felt bad for the guy, I hope he doesn't stock shelves. That's the only thing I
didn't listen to this fucking podcast. Yeah.
I mean, I just really hope that, like, that was it's bad that was the first thing that went through my mind is, man, I hope he doesn't stock shelves because he's not going to be good at that job. Like, that was.
I feel like he'd be very helpful.
Well, I mean, it's going to take two people to do it because you're going to have to lift him up and put stuff on the top shelf.
No, but yeah, it should be a 2-person job anyways because it takes forever and they're always in your fucking way. But like as a Wideside people like us, I don't want to put shit on that bottom shelf.
You're not wrong about that. So yeah, he could have been a good asset to the team. I don't know. And it's just been bugging me, so I needed to express my feelings on that. I apologize to all the little people listening. I don't hate you. It just freaks me out.
I have so many things I want to fucking.
I don't know what to say after that. It's just the way I feel. And like I said, I don't have any ill will.
I mean, you got to speak your truth.
Yeah, I don't have any ill will towards them. It's not their fault, but
yeah, I get it. I mean, I don't, but I understand your phobia.
Yeah, they just always look like they're up to something. I don't know why.
I mean, is this a mini-me thing?
No.
Like, do you grow up watching Austin Powers and be like, this fucking guy's trying to take the world over?
It's not that. I know when I was a kid, like, I was
Did one of them touch you?
No. It was kind of on that route, but not really. Like, I was using the bathroom at a store one time, and they were trying to get in.
Oh.
And, like, they were, like, shaking the door. Like, as I'm... Like they're like really.
Maybe they were just really jumping and trying to get the handle.
Maybe they could have been, I guess, but I don't know. They were like really shaking the door. I mean, I'm like 8 or 9, and so I'm like, somebody's in here. That's like a little kid's voice, and they just keep fucking shaking the door, and I got upset. I was 9 years old, and when I walked out, the person was standing like outside of the door waiting on me, and we looked at each other's eyes, and I didn't like it. And he scared me, and he had a really deep voice for as small as he was, and it just freaked me out ever since.
I feel like you shoved him.
I was 9 years old. I was scared shitless.
Yeah, but you were bigger than him.
You're right, I was, but I didn't shove him.
I didn't know you when you were 9 years old, but I assume you were bigger than him.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just have to assume you were a big child.
Yeah, I mean, I was, but...
Still are.
Yeah, kind of.
You're a youngster.
I am. So anyway, we can move on to the topic, but I
don't know where the fuck to go after this, but
yeah.
Hey, I'm glad sometimes you got to get stuff off your chest, man.
Yeah. Just wanted to
let that. It's all about putting it out there and moving forward.
Yeah, I just wanted to get that off my chest.
Moving on down the road.
Mm-hmm. I feel better now. Thank you guys for listening.
I'm sure a lot of people shut it off now, but
yeah, or not, or they're like, you know what?
All the hatred spewing out of your mouth.
I don't hate them. They just freak me out. I have no ill will towards them.
Fear.
Yeah.
Oh, the fear from you.
Fear.
I thought maybe they, he swiped at your penis or something.
No.
I think when you talk about it like that, you can't say dick. You have to say penis.
Yeah.
Of that age.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's the appropriate age to say penis.
I thought you was going to say he was in in the short urinal next to you.
Oh, no.
And was eye level just looking.
No. Hey, nice watch.
Yeah. What is that movie, Waiting?
Mm-hmm.
Where he's like, stop looking at my dick.
Yeah. All right, well, we can talk football now, I guess.
That's a whole other topic of the old pee shyness, That's another one.
That's another one. People have
I get a little pee shy sometimes. Not gonna lie.
I don't like when guys don't follow the restroom etiquette.
Yeah.
Number one, if you walk into the restroom and there's only 3 urinals and there's nobody there and you go pee in the middle you're just an asshole.
Yeah.
You're just an asshole. I think we can all agree on that. You go to one that's up against the wall or up against the one probably up against the toilet most likely. And then if there's no division, you definitely don't go to the middle one.
Right.
And then if it's, person peeing, open urinal, person peeing, you just wait.
Yeah.
You just wait. That's unless there's a barrier in between, you just wait. It's just common courtesy.
The ones that I think are weird are like the old school stuff where they have the troughs.
Yeah.
But
I'm with you.
Hold on.
No.
I'm not done yet.
You are done.
Let me fucking finish. Not a trough against the wall.
That's what I'm at.
The trough in the center.
The trough in the center. Where you just circled up?
You're circled up,
but
but they have a divider, so you can't look at the person across from his penis, but you got to look him in the eye.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, hey, man.
And if I look down, it looks like I'm looking at everybody else's dick.
You enjoying the game?
Yeah. Well, the old Brown Stadium was like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember going there as a kid and was like, what are we, animals?
Yeah.
Why are we all peeing in this circle here? Yeah, I mean, I did it because I wanted to be, one of the guys.
Be one of the guys.
Just pissing wherever I want.
Let's get out here and get our dicks out, fellas. This is what the guys do.
Then you got that one guy who just flips it through the zipper hole and then puts his hands on his hips. You know what I mean? So he's just sitting there, just letting it hang, just
like a fucking Superman piss.
Exactly. Just letting that hose spray out.
And then there's always the funny one that the guy pulls him down around his ankles.
Yeah.
Which actually, I went to fucking school with a kid. Now we're talking like
elementary school,
4th, 5th grade, or whatever. You'd walk into the bathroom, he'd be at a urinal with and holding the shirt up. Of wasn't doing it to be funny. That's just how it went. I was like, well, for sure, don't do that.
You're not at home. I have walked into the bathroom on substitute teachers that do like that. Not hold the shirt up, but pants around the ankles. Like, what if you dribble? You dribble in your pants.
In schools now, like, teachers probably can't even use the same bathroom that the kids use, can they?
No. I mean, that's why they have...
obviously, if there's an emergency or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying, like, per the standard,
yes,
I assume teachers have their own bathrooms.
Teachers have their own bathroom, that they can use.
Which is such a weird thing of the times because, there was no special bathroom, and when I went to school, teachers just used a fucking bathroom.
Yeah.
We'd have practice, like baseball practice, like before school. They'd do like, pitchers and catchers.
Yeah.
So the whole fucking team before school, and then you'd shower, go to school, and like the coach was in there taking showers with you.
Yeah, it was a lot.
And then, like the fucking at the old gymnasium, the fucking, and a lot of schools, like the referees were taking showers in the visitors' locker room. Like, and it was just, just weird. Was what it was.
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't even think about it. It's weird at the time, but now you look back and go, that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that guy's 50.
Yeah, why
this kid over here, this is a JV guy. This kid's fucking 15 years old.
I mean, it is weird. Like, I like that.
You like the old guys taking showers with you?
I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's just, what do you got looking forward to? That was kind of like you saw into the future.
Yep, balls keep getting longer.
Yep.
Yeah.
When I was going to, I'm a teacher now, but when I was going into teaching and student teaching, that was like one of my biggest things is like, where are the teacher bathrooms?
Yeah.
Like with the door on it that locks. I'm a heavy shitter. You know, I like to. I like to
it weighs a lot, like a heavy.
Yeah.
Do you make a lot of noises in there?
Kind of. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, my mouth doesn't, but my butthole does, you know, so it's sometimes you get those ghost poops where it's just air and then it echoes in the bowl and then you're embarrassed, you know? But, you know, so the private bathrooms were awesome. You go in there, you relax, you know, if you really want to, you can take your pants off, just kind of chill. You know, I said if you want to
take your pants off, hang them on the door, the hook on the door.
No. Some of them, like the big ones, like they have like the baby changing tables in them.
Oh,
you just put your pants on the baby changing table and, you know, have a good time in there while you take your time.
Okay.
But, you know, when I was student teaching, the teacher bathroom for the wing I was in had an outside lock, which was not good because anybody who was a teacher who had keys could just open it up. So, of course, it happens to me. I'm in there taking a shit. A bell just rings, so every kid in the fucking high school is walking up and down the halls. Teacher comes strolling on by, doesn't knock, just opens up the door. I'm sitting there with my pants around my ankles taking a shit. Door opens up to the whole hallway, goes, "Oh, sorry. Yeah, no problem. You could have knocked," and just shuts the door real fast. Like, God damn it. Why the hell do they have the lock?
No
the
buffer.
outside?
It just opens
right
right
just
into
opens right up.
a fucking shit closet.
Yeah, exactly. It just opens up to the whole hallway. I'm sitting there. Fuck. A student teaching, so it's not like, you know, like I don't know anybody there yet. It was like my third week being there. Guy's like, "Sorry. It's fine," but, you know, everybody's looking at me taking a shit.
That's why I love the one at the old place we both worked at. It's closed now. But in the old pro shop, that bathroom, it's a one-person bathroom, but it had a toilet and a urinal. And I'll never forget that. The kid that worked for me, you know, we had some Chinese food for lunch, and it kind of ran right through him, so he's in there taking a shit. Mm-hmm. And if you jostled hard enough, the door would just open.
Yeah.
And a guy did that. And came in.
Peed and then walked out.
And was pissing in the urinal, which is a foot and a half away from the toilet.
Yeah.
While he's taking a shit. And you know, he's like 17 years old.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
What are you doing?
What are you?
Yeah.
like my face is right in your fucking splatters.
Oh, God.
I think my favorite one from work, obviously I've had some emergencies.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody has. But the one that wasn't an emergency, this was when I had moved away and I was at this golf course. And, you know, it's it's October. Like, we're still open, but like fucking 6 people a day.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, and so now I'm by myself.
Yeah.
Well, I got to take a shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's per usual. This is mainly a golf course thing. If you worked in the pro shop as you have before.
Yes.
Usually you shit in women's restrooms at golf courses.
Yeah.
If you work at a golf course, you shit in women's restrooms. That's just kind of
it's what you do.
I don't know why, but that's just the way it is.
Typically, they're clean, and there's more options to use.
So I'm in the women's restroom taking a shit, and it's all tile. I mean, the whole bathroom is tile.
Mm-hmm.
The fucking phone rings.
Of course.
Obviously, you can tell in a house bathroom when somebody's on their phone in the bathroom.
Yeah.
In a all-tile bathroom, you can fucking tell. So I answer the phone. And, you know, I say, "Good afternoon."
Yeah.
Name of the golf course. And as soon as I get that out, kaploosh. I mean, you could fucking hear it. And this lady's I hear her giggle on the other end. Goes, "Yeah, are you guys going to be open tomorrow?" Like, I know she heard that turd hit the toilet.
Oh, God.
Fuck, how did we get on shit talk again?
Because it's funny.
We ended the show last week with an emergency.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was good times.
So
See what happens when you start to fucking show off with fucking...
I told you I had to get it off my chest. Okay.
I'm glad you did, because once I hit the record button, I didn't know what to say.
Yeah. I had something to say.
Because usually I open the show. Mm-hmm. I've let you do it once.
A couple times, yeah.
No, there's a couple times you had something that you wanted to say, and then you forgot what it was.
Yeah. Shit, I got stage fright. Even though we're in front of nobody.
That's all right. I'll drive the fucking show, man. Don't worry. Just keep it going.
I'm the color analyst. You're play-by-play, okay?
Yeah, I guess that is true. You need to jump in with the funny once in a while.
Football?
Sure.
Okay. A lot of big shit. So hold on. So I finally found out.
Yeah, you go ahead and start.
I finally found out what legal tampering means.
Okay.
You know, like they say the legal tampering period begins.
Yeah.
So you have to have a full 365 days as your calendar year.
Right.
It just happens to be March 17th. Well, pretty much what they call it the legal tampering is you can sign whoever the hell you want Monday because that's the work week. You know what I'm saying? So like the unwritten rule is like you can go ahead and just sign whoever the hell you want on the Monday. You don't have to wait till Wednesday to do it. It just comes official on Wednesday. So pretty much,
so like you agree to terms, but nothing counts
nothing
until
can happen
Wednesday.
until Wednesday. So pretty much everybody got pissed off and tired of waiting till Wednesday to talk to people. So they created this legal tampering day to start the work week on Monday, where you can just start. So that's what legal tampering means.
So basically, it was hey, we're tired of waiting to at least talk to them in the NFL. Going, hey, we know you're fucking doing it anyways because if you're not allowed to talk. And 10 minutes after the new year, someone signs a $70 million contract. There's no way you fucking work that out that fast.
So they put in the legal tampering to just pretty much start it on Monday. Now, nobody's to say that they haven't been talking, obviously, you know, in previous days.
Came into effect today.
Yes.
Because the Raiders cut maybe the best center in the NFL.
Maybe the best center, yes.
Which they cut him. And it cost them more money to cut him than to keep him on their team, which is fucking weird because this guy is phenomenal at his job.
Yes.
But the legal tampering comes in because that cut doesn't take place till today. But the Cardinals called and said, well, since he's not technically cut, can we just trade for him?
Yep, so we don't have to pay him.
So they ended up trading for him.
Yeah, and you know we can start with the Cardinals. They did a pretty good one with that trade. I mean, give up a third-round pick for arguably the best center in the game.
Yeah. It's kind of weird that it took a third rounder. You're fucking cutting the guy.
Exactly.
Unless they were going to cut and re-sign, that they had to deal with him.
Yeah. But the only, when I saw him getting cut, I instantly thought, that he won't be that expensive because he's kind of older. I instantly thought Steelers.
Yeah.
I know they don't spend a lot of money in free agency, but Pouncey just retires. I was like, okay, that's a good one for them to kind of, finagle their way in there and sign him. But it looks like the Cardinals went ahead and took care of business there.
Yeah, they're making some moves. I mean, I don't know what we can talk about. Obviously, me being a Bengals guy, I'm an AJ.
Yeah. Green.
I just had a weird look there when I looked up. I didn't know if you
swallowed the wrong.
Started drinking the wrong bottle. But
no, we're good.
I've witnessed that before. I'm happy AJ Green gets to go somewhere else. Very happy.
Yeah.
Now I'm pissed off at the Bengals.
Yeah.
When they could have traded him.
Yeah.
Maybe a third rounder last year.
Yeah.
But you get nothing.
No.
You get nothing.
And you used your tag on him.
You tagged him for $16 million.
And did he play half the season?
No, once Joe Burrow got hurt, it was kind of... He hadn't played a full season like 5 years.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, a little bit of this is like, I'm not coming back for this. But that's just a fucking Bengals thing to... Well, we got a little trade value, especially at the deadline of like, hey, we can fucking get this guy out of here.
Yeah.
Just for a rental, somebody give you a 4th-round pick.
Yeah.
He was never coming back.
I know. Exactly. So
but they let him walk. Yeah. But I think he's probably got one good year left in him.
Probably. I mean, I'm sure that 2-year option, it's the option after the first year. I mean, they'll probably cut him.
It's a 1-year contract.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's not a bad, if you're wanting to draft low round receivers, having AJ Green there isn't a bad choice for this year. If you're spending a 5th-round pick on a receiver,
you sure as fuck don't get more experience in that receiver room, though. I mean,
yeah, hell, you have obviously Larry Fitzgerald's probably one of the best ever, statistically speaking. You have AJ Green, and then you have DeAndre Hopkins.
One that can still play.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, they were one to me to where the AJ Green one was weird because I didn't know they were really in the receiver market. And everybody's kind of talking about that Kenny Golladay as everybody's afraid of him because he can't get off press coverage and he may not be the number one guy. Well, that to me means he would fit perfectly in Arizona because he doesn't need to be the number one guy. You have Hop, you have, Larry Fitzgerald, you throw him in there, then he's not the number one guy,
And I don't know that. I mean, I like Galladay a lot.
Yeah.
But he's the number one guy of this free agency.
Exactly.
That's. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like, well, is he the one? It's like, no, Julio Jones is the fucking one. What are we talking about? I mean, but he's the best one of this free agency.
Yeah, but I know
motherfucker just makes catches.
Yeah, he catches the shit out of the ball, and that's where I'm at because everybody. That's why they said that he hasn't been signed yet because people are worried that he isn't the number one.
Yeah,
guy when you do have he's not the number one receiver on your team, and that's why he hasn't had the big contract yet. But I thought that's I didn't know they were in the receiver market, but if they were, that's the guy I would have met with.
I think that's one of those. He's a guy that if T.Y. Hilton's gone, maybe Indianapolis.
Maybe.
I don't know where else he would fit, if, like on a good team.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what good team is looking for.
If I have to say with the depth, with the receiver depth with the Niners, it's not there. That's one.
Yeah.
I know they just spent a bunch of money on, maybe all of their money on Trent Williams. Then they just signed Alex Mack. So the already pretty goddamn good offensive line just got better with Alex Mack going there. So
Miami
maybe.
They cleared fucking space for something that they don't need.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They didn't. They're cutting guys when they were fucking fine in cap space. So
I don't know where he goes.
Jacksonville.
They've
been making some fucking moves.
They just signed Marvin Jones though, so unless you want to have those two guys back together,
bigger number than I thought.
Yeah, really.
Kind of a weird number, but that's the AJ Green thing. Cardinals wise, I don't think they're there. I still don't think they're the best team in their division.
No, I think they got better based on. I know we talk about the JJ Watt being old, but you get better with him on your team. You know what I mean by that?
JJ Watt's not doing you anything if you don't have the guy. If Chandler Jones isn't there, nobody gives a fuck about him going to Arizona.
Exactly.
Like if he went to, if JJ Watt for some reason signed with the Bengals, nobody'd give a shit because he's not going to. They have nobody else, so he's not going to be effective.
Yeah, so that makes you better. One, and as an entire team, because he's a fantastic leader. People love him. People listen to him because he's fucking J.J. Watt.
The best spot that J.J. Watt could have went, honestly, is Cleveland.
Oh, 100%.
That would have been 100%. The best spot for him.
Yes. And then they get A.J. Green, help out a little bit there. Yeah. Then the big one was the Rodney Hudson trade today. You just made your offensive line better.
Yeah.
You did.
So it's basically down to, hey, we gave you some pieces. Let's see what we can do.
Yep. And then, I'm just going down the list here alphabetically.
Oh.
The Falcons really haven't done much.
No.
I don't know if they have a whole lot of money to work with anyway, but the Ravens, I think it's been the sign of the free agency so far is them getting Kevin Zeitler. We all talked about their offensive line. How the hell do you replace Marshall Yanda? Well, they did a pretty good thing by getting this guy, this free agency,
You're never repling Marshall Yanda because he might be the greatest guard ever to play the game.
Exactly.
This guy's pretty fucking good, though.
Yeah. He's an all-pro. He's been in the league 7 years. I think he's been an all-pro 4 of those years.
Now, they did just cut their long snapper today, so.
he's been a pro all-pro
10 fucking years.
Yeah.
Which is a weird thing. That guy get a job because he's been in the league for a while, but it's a weird thing that you do that. How much could that guy possibly be making?
Yeah.
Vet men. Well, he's been there 10 years, maybe
$1 million,
$1.5 million.
Yeah,
fucking nothing.
Yeah.
And it's with Justin Tucker.
Yeah,
and, your special teams are fucking awesome.
Awesome, yeah.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah. I don't know. Weird.
Yeah.
Weird.
They'll probably end up signing. It'll probably be another one of those things. They cut him and then they sign him back.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, we need to cut you today.
Yeah. Then we're going to sign you right back.
Did they have to be under the cap today?
The teams?
Yeah.
Yes. Today, they have to be under the cap. Yeah.
So now it's at the point, now that the new league year started, there's no trades, no signings that will be approved if it takes you over the cap.
Yes, exactly.
Or basically you have to put hey, we're signing this guy,
but we're going to,
and we're cutting these 3 guys.
Pretty much. Yeah. Yep. And then we just keep going down the list. The Bills, they've re-signed their guys. They're just trying to bring that team back. They cut John Brown. They sign Emmanuel Sanders.
Yeah.
Kind of the same person.
Okay.
Kind of the same thing. I mean,
it's nothing.
Quick guys. Oh, gosh. Panthers signed a couple linemen. I guess they're hot on the hot trail for Deshaun Watson is the report that's coming out.
He's fucking going nowhere. He is not getting traded.
I'm just saying the reports that this came out.
I understand.
Out.
There's a lot of reports out there of people that are looking and stuff like that, but might as well jump into it right now since you made the mention of him.
Okay.
I still don't. I mean, obviously, I've said this many times.
Yeah.
He'll probably end up getting traded just because I'm saying he's not getting fucking traded. Now, a lawsuit has been filed.
Yes.
Alleging sexual assault?
Something of that nature. Assault has not been
sexual
used.
misconduct.
Something like that, I guess.
Against a female, I believe that was a masseuse?
Yes. That was in his home.
I think it was in her home.
Her home, yes. Sorry, I said that wrong.
So, whatever happens there, it's always weird to me, like, charges weren't filed with the cops. This is a civil suit for money.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which if he did something, then fuck you. Then I mean, but it's just fucking timing, man.
I know it.
The fucking timing is odd.
It's super odd, and that's what I was going to talk to you about today. I don't know if it would be, but it seems like somebody in that organization has pushed for this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It just seems like, okay, yesterday was the big news that Michael Lombardi comes out and says that he wants to go to San Francisco or Denver. Comes out and says that made on my Twitter feed, that made my whole Twitter feed blow up. And then all of a sudden he gets slapped with this.
Yeah.
After you signed Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah.
Just seems, the timing seems odd.
There's another reason that he ain't going fucking nowhere.
You signed a backup quarterback?
No, but, well, yes.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's Tyrod Taylor. Because the motherfucker never gets a chance.
Yeah, you're right.
Get the Bills to the playoffs, get the fuck out. Go to Cleveland, get injured, fuck Baker Mayfield.
Yep.
Go out here, starting job, fucking doctor stabs you in the lungs. You sign with a team whose quarterback says, I'll never fucking play here again.
Yep.
You sign that going, I'm going to get a chance. He's going to come back. And I mean, it's Tyrod Taylor's career.
I know it.
And he's a good quarterback.
He's all right. He's solid.
He's good.
He's solid.
I use the good as an average
bar.
Starter.
Okay.
Yeah. Like he can start for half the teams.
Oh, yes, probably.
You're a good quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Andy Dalton's a little better than good quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the way I see it.
Yeah.
I got something in my throat today.
Is that a wiener?
No.
Oh.
Maybe it hit me in the tonsils or something.
So
came into this microphone too hot.
The Chicago Bears signed Andy Dalton. Now Trubisky's gone. They didn't option him
I understand.
out. Okay. But you sign Andy Dalton to a 1-year deal to compete you don't want Nick Foles. You just have to keep him because his contract's massive. So pretty much you bring him in to start 1 year. Hopefully you can cut Foles after this year because I think which I think they can, yes. And then to prove, are you the actual guy or do we need to trade? Pretty much they signed Andy Dalton as a buffer between the next quarterback that they may draft or pick up.
Same reason Dallas signed him, just in case what happened.
Yes, exactly.
Here's I'm going to go on this little tangent a little bit here with the Chicago people.
Yes.
You're a bunch of fucking morons. The whole city and all Bears fans. You fucking idiots. You're fucking idiots. For one, you probably, if this is the route you were going, you should have kept Mitch.
Yeah.
And actually coach the fucking guy.
Yeah.
I mean, when the coach is like, I don't want this fucking guy.
Yeah.
And you really just kind of hang the kid out.
Yeah. He
played some okay. When he's actually playing well, he's a good quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
It just has some shit that happens now. Their offense is horse shit.
Maybe
the
run
coach
the ball.
should have been fired.
Maybe run the ball.
But and then everybody they're like, oh, we're gonna get these quarterbacks and stuff like this.
Yeah.
every one of those fans forgets that Nick Foles is on the roster, and that fucking salary is a problem.
It's a huge problem.
Massive problem.
Huge problem.
They're all pissed today because they signed Andy Dalton and that they didn't get Russell Wilson. It's like, well, you don't just get to say you want him and you get him. That's not the way it works.
Yeah.
And it's been reported of the offer that they made to Seattle.
It was a nice offer.
3 first-rounders,
2 players,
a 3rd rounder, and 2 starters.
2 starters.
Probably going to say one of those guys, probably Khalil Mack.
Probably.
And then whoever else. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And Seattle turned it down. That telling me which one, they didn't have the draft capital.
Yeah.
The way I would look at it is that Seattle, if it's a, hey, you're one this year, next year, and the year after, of, well, if you got Russell, these the next 2 number 1 picks could be in the fucking 20s. That's not doing us anything.
Yeah.
We need it now. So that's never going to, like, Chicago never had the shit to get that deal done.
No.
You never had the shit to get the Deshaun Watson deal done. Shut the fuck up. Be okay with Andy Dalton and Nick Foles. You've never had a quarterback in that town ever.
No.
Your greatest ever is fucking Jay Cutler, I think.
I think so, too.
I mean, so...
Yeah.
You're fucking bear down shit, something like that. Shut the fuck up. You haven't been relevant since the 80s. Just deal with it.
All right. There you go.
Fuck you.
I like your pizza.
It's okay. It's a casserole.
It's my favorite.
Actually, I do like it.
It's fantastic.
It's fucking awesome.
I can eat one piece.
I love a 12-inch pizza that weighs 37 pounds.
It's so good.
How long does that take to cook? Hour and a half.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Okay. What's the cost of beer? $5. Well, fuck.
It's going to be an expensive day.
Yes, it is.
It is good, though.
It is good.
It is good.
So let's talk a little bit about your old Cincinnati Bengals. All right.
Okay.
So your offensive line's pretty bad. We can all agree on that.
Yeah.
Can
we also agree that one of the major things out in free agency this year is offensive linemen?
Yeah, that
might be the number 1 position group available.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the people that I follow on Twitter was a Bengals fan or a beat writer for the Bengals or something.
Yeah.
And had put out this potential group of linemen that they could have signed with the amount of money that they have.
Yeah.
And it would have probably been a really good one. Now, they haven't done anything for the offensive line.
Nope.
You sign a second-tier pass rusher to a lot of money. 4 years, $60 million. Then you sign 2 cornerbacks, one from the Steelers, who they deemed not good enough to start on their team re-sign.
He's a nickel corner.
The nickel corner. And you don't help your really good quarterback.
At all. Took away one of his weapons also.
Yes, took away A.J. Green. You cut probably one of the better offensive linemen on that team.
Yeah.
The Finney guy. I don't know what they're doing. But they did re-sign their long snapper, so that's a big
good
thing.
one.
Yeah, big thing for them.
Well, because they're going to be punting a lot. So
yeah.
Here's the deal with the Bengals. Like, Mike Brown's big thing is quarterback.
Yeah.
He's always been, I need a quarterback. I need a quarterback. Shockingly, he's fucking had them.
Yes, he has.
For years.
Yes.
Well, since 2002.
Yeah, when Carson Palmer got there.
God damn, my fucking throat today.
Okay.
Something's wrong.
Sorry.
But, probably. But they never, they always get them, but then they never do anything to help them.
Yeah.
Like, they'll make splashy signings of, Terrell Owens and, shit like that. But it's like, maybe you should block for the guy?
Yeah, exactly.
He only got to play like 6 games last year. Are we aware of that? Because he's getting murdered.
I don't get it. Like, I honestly...
They spent a lot of money last year.
Yeah, they did.
In free agents for fucking nobody.
Nobody. I don't...
Yeah, but we're trying. No, you're not.
No, you're not. No, you are not.
Maybe you're not the person to be maybe a general manager that actually knew the sport.
Yeah, that would be good. So, I talked about the Kevin Zeitler one as being a good signing of free agency. The Browns signing that John Johnson out of L.A. was what they needed to make that team better because their secondary was absolutely fucking terrible. They signed the guy who won a captain on that team. Whatever that Pro Football Focus thingy they grade him at, whatever that grade means to people. He was graded really high. They just got better defensively, and that was their weakness last year. So I think that's a pretty good sign for them.
Yeah. I don't know about that Pro Football Focus on their stat. I don't know what they're fucking doing.
Yeah.
Because I see a lot of the actual athletes call them out on.
Yeah.
I think it was Tyrann Mathieu.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
When they came out with him, he goes, well, tell me where I got beat 5 times.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it was like the 4th week of the season. He's like,
show me
when I got beat 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
And for one, you start thinking about it and going, if you hadn't even watched a game, the fact that he's a fucking safety and they're saying he got beat 5 times in 4 weeks is shocking because they're usually not in coverage that much. Especially him. Usually a deep guy.
Yeah.
And the person, he's usually the guy helping cover the guys that beat the other guys.
Yeah. And then the Cowboys, obviously, we already talked about them signing Dak. They probably have no more money to spend.
I can't imagine how they would.
Yeah. The Broncos, they signed one of their guys. They signed a cornerback. They've also been in the talks of the Deshaun Watson-esque reports are that's where he wants to go. Nobody knows because he hasn't even come out and said that. Who knows?
I'm so...
They are the least team that has the money / capital to give away.
Yeah.
They have to give away players if they want him.
Yeah. But it's just the fact of him saying, always coming out of, well, this is a place that I'd go to. You have a no trade clause, and I get it. You don't have to go anywhere you don't want to go. But if you went out so fucking bad, then all 31 teams have to be open.
Exactly.
And you can knock that in half because I can't imagine you're going to the NFC.
Uh-huh.
Those are your fucking options because we're not going to play against you.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So then we can move on to the Detroit Lions, who just said, we want a whole new team. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 starters that they've cut or traded from last year's team. 2 of them they haven't re-signed because they didn't re-sign Marvin Jones.
Yeah.
They're letting Galladay walk. So a lot of new faces going to be on the Detroit Lions team.
Do you know what? I'm actually okay with it.
Oh, yes.
Listening to him talk because he's fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that he was saying that, like, he actually is in contact with the general manager and the owner, who I can't remember the lady's name that took over from the old lady, that she's actually involved of, hey, we all need to be on the same page of this is what we're building. This is the kind of team we're looking for. So it makes sense. You sign that. You got some shit back for Stafford.
Yeah.
You can't do anything this year because basically you signed it to eat the Goff contract. So you can pay him for a year, then ship him down the road.
Yeah.
So it makes sense to...
Yes. I like the Jamal Williams signing. I really do. It seems like that coach is a hard-nosed son of a bitch, and Jamal Williams is a guy you can give the ball to 20 times a game, and he would be well with it.
Yeah.
I like that. I really do. I think that's a good sign because he had to go somewhere. Because I thought Green Bay should have re-signed him and let Aaron Jones walk. That was my personal opinion.
Yeah, but the thing is, with Aaron Jones, he catches a lot of balls out of the backfield.
He does.
I mean, that's his asset.
Yeah, and I guess Jamal Williams and that rookie that they drafted last year are kind of the same back.
Same guy.
And he can get him cheaper.
He got a rookie contract.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, I get that, but, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And then, the Packers re-signed them.
That was probably the most shocking thing that they re-signed him.
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming
I didn't either. I thought they were just going to let them both walk and see what they get, But, yeah, they re-signed him, and I thought I was shocked, too.
Yeah, I just befuddled.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man. Texans are re-signing a lot of people. They're active. They're small. They're small people.
Little.
And I mean, nothing fancy.
I don't know that they're going to get any splashy players to come down there.
No.
I
don't think so either.
Well, we're trying to get a big name wide receiver.
Yeah.
Well, who the fuck's going to sign there? You don't know who's throwing the ball.
Yeah.
Nah, we don't know.
No. Tyrod, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the Jaguars are making some good moves, trying to build that up. You get the Shaq Griffin from Seattle. You traded for Malcolm Brown from the Saints.
Yep.
He's a pretty good defensive lineman. The the guys they brought back. I know they just signed Marvin Jones Jr. too. We talked about him. So they're making some moves to progress that roster.
And that's one of those things too of I think we all know that it's 4 or 5 years for Urban Meyer.
Yeah.
Even if he's wildly successful.
Yes.
It's 4 or 5 years. That's
just what he does.
He's a program builder.
Uh-huh.
That's what he does.
Yeah.
So if he can get everything right in place, he's going to bring somebody onto staff.
Yep.
That, feels like at some point in time Alex Smith is going to be his quarterback coach.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of those things of like, hey, it's time for me to retire. This is a guy. I want him to have the job.
Yeah.
And if he's successful enough, the owner will go, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of like the whole, how Ryan, it's how college does it. Now, the NFL is not that.
No.
But, it feels like this guy is all in on what Urban has to say.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, it seems like he, is all up his ass about it, so that's cool.
Yeah.
The Kansas City Chiefs cut both of their bookends on their offensive line and then sign a guard to a lot of money.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, the guy's a good guard. It's a good signing for your offensive line. But unless you plan on drafting a tackle at 31,
what are you doing?
Because there's not a whole lot of tackles available in the free, unless you want an older guy or unless you're bringing one of those guys back.
Chris Long.
He's a guard.
He can play tackle.
But that's what I'm saying. I know he went there and visited. Yeah, I get that. But, I just thought that was weird. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad signing because the guy is obviously a pretty good player.
Yeah, but tackles are pretty important on that offensive line.
On that offensive line.
Kind of one of the reasons you lost.
I would say it is the reason you lost.
So maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe take a look at that.
Yeah. Maybe. Maybe it is because in your division you have Joey Bosa, you have Melvin Ingram, you have Von Miller and Bradley Chubb, and then you have that Ngakoue who the Raiders just signed, who's a decent pass rusher.
Yeah.
So in your own division you have pretty good pass rushers.
How many teams has he played for in the last fucking year?
Yeah, I know.
Like four different teams.
Yeah, Jags, Vikings, Ravens, and then now the Raiders. That's crazy. But yeah, so the Raiders sign him and then get rid of their offensive line. And
I feel like he should be sponsored by like Remax or something. I'm like, hey, if you keep moving and you need a place to fucking stay.
Yeah. Yeah. The Chargers, we talk about the Bengals not signing people to protect their good quarterback. The Chargers said, nope, we're going to go ahead and do that. You sign Corey Linsley and then you sign another starting guard who's played both guard and tackle. So good for them. Good for them for doing that.
Well, that's the one thing that you don't. I think we talked about this last week. It's one thing the Cowboys did right. Now they could never make the other right decisions. The fact that they went all in on offensive line and for fucking 8 years had the best offensive line.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now they fuck shit up on other places, but.
Yeah, well, you look at. I look at what what Harbaugh did with the Niners when he went there. He built from the inside out. Their defensive front and their offensive line were fantastic for those 5 years he was there. They were in the NFC Championship game 3 of the 5 years.
Yeah.
Because of that. So, when you obviously that's kind of the game, blocking and tackling and, stopping the run. So when you get your good trenches, it seems like you have a better team, It's
kind of the way it works.
The way it works. And the Bengals said, nope, sorry,
Let's
Joe
sign
Burrow.
Some expensive contracts to guys that maybe don't do much. Now, granted, you got to. The guy they sign, he's not any better than Carlos Dunlap was.
No.
I make an argument that Carlos Dunlap's better. And you stopped playing him for some fucking reason because, I think he's a little old.
Yeah.
Well, let him play. Get all you can.
Yeah, exactly.
The fuck are you doing?
And the guy that they signed as the pass rusher got his. You don't have a Cam Jordan on the other end.
No,
you don't.
Kind of a big deal.
Kind of a big deal to have that other guy. I don't think. I know a lot of people have to think about that, but I don't think it matters sometimes.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, he had 15 sacks. He's ours.
Yeah, I don't think it's like. Yeah, when you have those, they can only chip one of those guys.
Yeah.
So the other guy's coming.
Yeah.
It kind of makes a difference.
Yeah, and I'm not saying he's a bad player or anything like that, but it makes a difference when you have a guy on the other end.
That's what, like when you look at stuff like that, That's what makes Myles Garrett so attractive. Like, motherfucker's just getting it done.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there ain't nobody else over there.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean,
Olivier Vernon hasn't been relevant in 2 years.
So it's like one of those of like, he's just getting it.
Mm-hmm. So let's talk about the Dolphins real fast, because me and you we were high on the Dolphins last year. We kind of agree that we like the coach and what he's doing.
Yep.
We didn't really like the Kyle Van Noy cut.
That's stupid.
And we both agree that they don't trust Tua yet. They don't believe that he is the guy. And then they signed Jacoby Brissett.
How much was that for?
A year, $7 million, I think.
Which this day and age is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can sign guys. Well, I mean, even at that, I mean, you're looking at like fucking. That's more than Cam Newton's guaranteed.
Yeah, it is.
Everybody said it. Well, it's $15 million a year. No, it's a $4 million deal, and he's got to do a bunch of shit to get to 15.
6. Oh yeah.
So they just signed him for less.
Yep.
I mean, there's always guys out there that just don't get anything done that you can get for $1 million or $2 million.
Yeah.
And Jacoby's all right. He played okay. But, not the greatest situation to come into.
He's not but
he's a Belichick guy.
Yeah.
Like he probably work in New England. I mean,
and I don't know if that's why they signed him, because Flores would have been there when he was there.
Yeah.
Not as the DC, but he was still there.
Right.
I don't know if there was familiarity there. He thought
I'm sure they know each other pretty well. I mean,
it was just weird to me. Now, one, if they're just signing him because they need a backup quarterback, that could be something too. But I don't know. When you sign a guy, when you have that rookie who didn't play a whole lot, showed some bright spots, showed some really not bright spots.
The fact that you had to put a reliever in a couple games.
And then you sign a guy who has started and who has been traded to a team to start as your backup, it shows things that you still don't trust him fully.
And I need to retract something that I said off air before we started here.
Yeah.
Of why didn't they just sign Fitzmagic again? Because he only signed for fucking 10 in Washington. Yeah. But I just thinking about that of like, they can't re-sign him because he's going to need to play.
Yeah.
Because he's probably the best quarterback on the team.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things of, I would prefer Tua be next to Magic time because you're learning the game.
Yeah.
But you can't have him there because, one, backup quarterback to a struggling youngster is always the most popular guy in town.
Yep.
Especially that particular one.
Yeah, because he's popular everywhere he goes.
There's nobody in the league. There's no team that dislikes him. It's just, he's awesome. So, now when I start thinking about that, of like, there's no way they could have brought him back.
Because they would have had to play him.
Yeah.
They would have had to. I mean, so we can talk about the Patriots because they seem to be the ones
signing everybody.
So I read a little.
I think they still have space left.
Oh, they do. That's the crazy part. The cool thing that I read is, because the whole big talk was, how the hell are they doing this? What, Belichick's tired of he's just tired of being 7-9. So the Patriots signed so little of their draft picks and they cut so many people that they had this much money already. Like this, whether the cap space was cut to 182 or they was going to stay at 198, they had this much money already because of the limited number of draft picks that they have, and they just cut people that they don't want.
Right.
And he's probably tired of being fucking 7-9.
Yeah.
It's crazy that they're doing this. Crazy.
Yeah, and their defensive because the bulk of the opt-outs were on their defense.
Yes. Yeah.
So they get those guys back. Which I don't know that. Was they counting those guys toward their salary cap? Like, we only see the reports of the salary caps. We want to see the action.
Yeah.
Are they reporting that with those guys not being counted?
I don't know.
Because they didn't count last year.
Yeah, I would assume they did.
Because that changes a lot.
That changes a lot. I would assume that they did because of that reason alone.
Yeah, because that's the difference of being out of money already.
Yeah. But you talk about them having one of the worst offensive lines in the league last year. They trade for probably one of the better left tackles in Trent Brown.
Yep.
You get better there. Their defense, the people who come back are already pretty good.
Yeah.
Then you add Jalen Mills, who you probably are shopping Stephon Gilmore now because you probably don't want him anymore.
I think that's always been the case that he was getting out of town.
So you sign him, then today they tendered the other corner on the other side, the J.C. Jackson, to a second rounder. Now, whether they're just trying to get somebody to bite on that and not match it, who knows? But if you keep both of those, then you're probably going to shop Stephon Gilmore because you don't want to pay him.
Right.
And
so somebody to trade for him.
Oh, for sure.
I mean.
Yeah. Then the big splashy ones are the Jonnu Smiths and the Hunter Henrys. And
Hunter Henry's a big deal.
Yeah.
Now, the fucking Aguilar,
I don't mind it, though.
It's okay.
Because they don't have any receivers.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
But still, if you're Cam Newton, who the fuck are you throwing the ball to?
Mm-hmm.
Because these are the two guys you signed.
Yeah.
I understand tight ends are just hard to guard anyways.
Yeah. Yep.
But you can still, a defense can scheme around what you've got going on.
And I think
they still need a guy.
And I think the way that, in my mind, this is the way that I looked at it, to where their best years and Josh McDaniels' best years of calling plays is when they had two tight ends.
Yeah.
They had Gronk and Aaron Hernandez. They had Gronk and Martellus Bennett. They've had Gronk and even, it doesn't have to be a big name guy, but when you have two tight ends that can catch the ball, I think that's what Josh McDaniels likes. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then it's hard to scheme around that.
Right.
Because who do I guard? You put them on fucking same side of the ball. You know what I mean? So I think that's kind of where their mind was. They've always liked the two tight end kind of sets.
Yeah, and I think that's a good deal for them. But I feel like they need
a receiver.
One guy.
They
just need one guy, and I think that changes everything.
Yeah,
and I think my mind is maybe they sign a receiver. Fucking Curtis Samuel be right up there.
A good one. Yeah,
but not that he's a number one, but he just fucking gets open.
He's like a little Swiss Army knife. You can kind of put him wherever you want.
He's perfect for Bill Belichick's system.
Yeah. He likes guys who play multiple positions.
But I feel like they're going after that because I feel like you might see the Patriots draft a quarterback this year.
I think so too.
I think that's the first, you're going to, you might see a first round draft a quarterback of, let's put this team together. We're going to see what Cam can do. We're going to draft a quarterback because if Cam takes off and we sign him, everybody always wants to trade for our backup quarterback for some fucking reason.
Yeah.
But,
they go trade for Cam, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with you 100%, and I think it's Mac Jones.
He's about the one that should fall to that area.
Yes, and I say that. 1, 2, he is the most of recent years, other than Trevor Lawrence, remind you of a Tom Brady-esque style. Obviously, he's not Tom Brady because he's fucking a rookie.
Nobody is.
But, you see him throw the ball and hand the ball off. Throw the ball accurately.
Yep.
Hand the ball off. He's not trying to run it. He's not trying to do too much. He knows what he can do. And I think that's kind of what Bill Belichick wants as his future quarterback.
Yeah.
Somebody who is similar to the intangibles that Brady brings to the table.
And that's one of those things, too, of if you listen to anybody else of these fucking mock drafts that just are crazy to me.
Yeah.
He might not get there.
Yeah, I know. He might not.
He's not a top 10 quarterback.
No.
He's not a quarterback that should be starting in the NFL next year.
No.
But if he goes top 10, he's going to have to. And where are the Patriots at, 14?
Something like that,
I mean, so it's the way these mocks are coming out, and those things are never fucking accurate. I mean, they act like they are.
They get 2 picks right, and they're accurate.
And they say, well, I remember I had him going number 3 to them. It's well, you put out 7 mock drafts. It's like you filled out fucking 30 in NCAA brackets. It's well, I had them going to the Final Four.
Yeah, no shit.
Okay, not really, but okay.
Yeah. I see if there's a quarterback that falls with all this hype of all the quarterbacks, there's not a quarterback in the draft. There's 2 quarterbacks in the draft that should be taken in the top 10.
Yeah.
Maybe. Other than that, they should fall.
Who are they?
I would say mine would be Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields would be my 2.
I don't understand why Justin Fields is getting all the
he's getting a lot of shit.
He sucks.
Yeah.
He had 1 bad game.
I know. I don't get it. And I like...
the one bad game where he was kind of forcing shit gets overtaken.
Yeah.
It's well, you had that one bad game. You threw 3 interceptions. What about against Clemson? Well, that doesn't count.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean in the fucking college football playoff against a NFL style? Okay.
Yeah.
So that doesn't count.
That doesn't count.
All right.
And then you didn't even play half bad against Alabama.
No.
He didn't play half bad. They're just really good on offense.
Shockingly injured.
Yeah.
I mean, you could tell that he was fucked up, and you lost your running back on the first play of the fucking game.
Exactly. Yeah. So I don't know what the hype is or what the hatred is towards him. I hope it stays and he goes to a halfway decent team for his sake and being a Buckeye fan. But yeah, I don't get the hatred towards him and the love for the dude from North Dakota State and the guy from BYU. I don't get those. I honestly don't.
I think a lot of this is Tom Brady's fault.
Being a 7th round pick.
Yeah.
And successful.
I think like they kind of outthink the
the
Mitch
formula.
Trubisky.
Yeah.
You shot up to draft a quarterback from fucking North Carolina.
Yeah. Yeah.
Over Deshaun Watson, who just won a national championship.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those of like, and it's always like, wow, they really like this guy. We're going to take this guy from
Exactly.
It's like, when's that ever fucking worked out?
Yeah, it hasn't.
And it's like, and I think it's a lot of that. Well, the Patriots got Tom Brady in the 7th round. It's like,
I get
granted, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Also played at fucking Michigan
against good competition.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Kind of could say in the fucking high life of the Big Ten when it was still,
everybody was competitive.
Everybody. I mean, Penn State, Ohio State, I mean, Michigan State.
Yeah.
Everybody was there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, it was like, well, now we got to find this. Because who are the guys from the small school that have fucking hit in the last decade?
The only one that has won a Super Bowl from a small school is Joe Flacco.
From Delaware. In a defensive one. Basically defense and deep balls.
Pretty much.
He just threw the ball deep
threw the ball
year.
deep to Jacoby Jones, and he got it. Yeah. Yeah, but that's the only one that is a small school quarterback that has won a Super Bowl. Nick Foles, I don't know where he went to college. I don't remember. But that you know what I mean? That would be the only
also
one.
A backup.
Exactly.
That,
who came into
has had opportunity to start in the league and fucking can't.
Exactly.
I mean, he's had 2 successful seasons. In both of those years, he came in off the bench.
Yeah, exactly.
So but it's always that every fucking year.
Mm-hmm.
There's a small school quarterback that they're like,
it's got to be.
So after the season's over, it's like, well, he went 11-2.
Mm-hmm.
But, he didn't have the talent. Well, they also didn't fucking play anybody. Let's not,
Exactly.
Kind of that way. We'll compare it this route of, because we'll see what happened with the NCAA's coming up.
Yeah.
Of Gonzaga.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Gonzaga's got to win. They're 26-0. They got to win it all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they also didn't play anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
We do this every year, and then they get bounced before the Final Four.
Yeah.
Or don't even make the Elite Eight, and everybody's shocked. Like, we didn't fucking play anybody.
Yeah,
so
exactly. I don't get that one either with the whole. It's competition, guys.
Yeah,
it's competition.
It fucking matters.
It matters, man. It does. And
Justin Fields on the other end, he gets the Ohio State's never had a quarterback. Well, fucking no college has.
Yeah,
there is no college that has a quarterback. I mean, it just because Purdue cradle of quarterbacks is like, well, Drew Brees is the only one that was worth a fuck.
Yeah,
and he wasn't worth a fuck for a long time.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all not forget that, I mean, before his injury in San Diego,
it wasn't good.
He wasn't fucking playing all that well.
No. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm with you on that. I don't get it. So I think Mac Jones falls to the Patriots. He should fall to the Patriots.
Yeah, he should.
He should not be taken in the top 10.
Some fuck up is going to take him.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to trade up to like fucking 5.
All 5 quarterbacks.
They're going to give away their fucking future
for him,
and then make him start. It'd be like, who could it be? Because usually you say the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
But it'd be like a move like that, like the Jets.
Yeah, the Raiders come up and
run him right the fuck out of, get him injured like the Bengals would do, or you know, like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
but they're all smart.
Everybody is, right?
Nobody's good at drafting.
No, nobody is.
And we talk about that with the Patriots of how many draft picks per year do they not fucking sign?
A lot.
Like, well, you can't make this fucking team. It's like, well, you fucking drafted in the 4th round.
Yeah.
You mean this guy that was fucking playing safety at some Division fucking 3 school in Tennessee isn't an NFL defensive back?
I could have told you that, guys.
No shit.
Yeah.
Well, he ran a 4.7, but we thought his game speed was better. It's like, well, it's not.
It's not at all. Not at all. Oh, God.
I think I was hearing somebody talk about that it's about, they're almost to the time with their analytics and stuff like that the 40-yard dash just won't even get ran anymore.
Yeah.
It'll get ran just as here's a number for you.
Yeah, exactly.
But they're getting good enough with algorithms and stuff that they can track actual speed in time play.
Yep.
That, yeah, I'm just going to watch the game film and see if this guy's fast or not.
Yeah.
As opposed to
what, this guy runs in a straight line of 40 yards?
That never happens.
That never happens, no.
Except for a wide receiver. And it's still not in a straight line because you got to make a move and a guy's hitting him.
Exactly.
So good luck with that.
Yeah.
It's always like that when they say, you think Usain Bolt would make it in the NFL? He's the fastest guy on the earth.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
I don't think
he
so.
could get open.
I don't think he could either. Yeah. So let's talk about the Buccaneers. So they kept everybody.
Except Antonio Brown,
who they could re-sign for just a 1 year, $3 million. You know what I mean?
Which I assume they will.
Probably.
They're probably like, hey, man, if you want to look at and
test the waters a little bit, go ahead.
Yeah, you're going to get some money thrown at you from a team that's fucking garbage.
Yeah. But that's scary that they re-signed everybody.
Shockingly, he'll be a fucking Bengal. That's a Cincinnati move right there.
That is a Cincinnati move.
You get some off-the-field issues? Come on in. But they all seem to, like, everybody.
Yeah.
Like, I fucking love Pac-Man Jones. I mean, guy's got fucking problems, but he played in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
I think he still lives in Cincinnati.
He might.
Well, he got arrested there a fucking month ago.
It makes sense.
I assume he comes to town once in a while at least.
But for them to be able to keep everybody, and most likely bring back Antonio Brown is scary as shit.
Yeah.
Scary as shit. Gosh. I mean, it's weird that they were able to do that, you know, because everybody thought that they were going to lose at least a piece of something. You know, Chris Godwin still got to sign his tag. And then, you know, everybody thought it was either Levante David or Shaq Barrett who leaves. Nope.
Right.
They get both of them back. Gronk was just probably always going to come back. You know, I think whenever Brady retires, he's probably done for real.
Yeah.
And then that's pretty much your team.
Have you looked into, because them and whoever their cap specialist is in Kansas City seem to be the fucking best at it.
I know.
Because I don't know how
they come up with this cash.
Have you looked into, because I haven't and I should have, what the fuck are the voidable years?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, how do Taysom Hill signs a 4-year, $140 million contract?
Yeah.
But all the years are voidable.
Yeah.
So it means you're getting none of this money. I don't know what that fucking does. Like, how much are you getting paid next year?
Yeah. I don't know what it means either, because it seems like everybody should just do that and push it away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's just like, I mean, understood it's another way of kicking it down the road that shit's coming due at some point in time, but I don't know what that fucking means for him.
I don't either.
I know the fact that they re-signed Jameis Winston means that Taysom Hill is not going to be a quarterback.
100%.
Like, I feel like Taysom needs to know that, of like, hey, they're not signing this guy. Like, you're going to have a competition, but James Winston's a fucking quarterback.
For sure he is.
You're a guy that runs around and makes some plays.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're a good quarterback, like when we throw the ball over to you and then you chuck it down the field. Okay.
Yeah, you're good at that. You're good at that. Other than that, you're not a good quarterback.
No.
Not at all.
No.
Not at all.
Which is weird that they pay him what they pay him, but...
Yeah, they do. So we talked about the best free agency signings.
Okay.
Here's my worst one.
All right.
Bud Dupree to the Titans.
Yeah.
He, again, was good because teams double-teamed TJ Watt.
Yeah.
I don't see this working out well for the Titans. And they paid him a shitload of money.
There's another one.
5 years, 82 and a half, 35 guaranteed.
With an ACL. Just put it all out there. There's another one. Now it'd been in division and stuff like that, but that makes sense for Cleveland.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That is my worst.
But that's what the Titans do, though, isn't it?
I know. It seems like that's like their thing. Like they try to do the thing with Clowney. Sign
Where
him to a
the
one.
fuck's he going?
Who knows?
Who's
dude?
paying that guy?
Oh my God.
What do you have, like fucking 2 tackles on the year?
Something like that. He's garbage. Just garbage.
Well, I need $18 million a year for fucking what, buddy?
Yeah.
And $9 million a tackle?
You play 3 fucking positions or 3 fucking downs a game, and they're all third down, and that's it. Then you go sit on the sideline and complain.
I assume he's retiring when somebody's like, no, man, you're getting vet men.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll give you $1 million.
Yeah.
Because you're going to help the practice squad.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah. I don't know how or where he goes.
Yeah. Well, he'll sign right before. That's what he's at that age now, which he's never been any good at football.
No, because he's lazy as fuck.
Yeah, but he's at that laziness stage of, I'm a veteran now. Mm-hmm. I'll sign because I don't want to fuck around with all the mini camps and shit like that. Of like, I'll sign before the season starts.
Yeah,
he got his whole fucking career is made off of one tackle.
It is.
Where he got somebody whiffed on a fucking block and he hit a goddamn running back that didn't know he was there.
Yep.
And at the mesh point.
Yes.
And it looked worse because the running back seen him last second and fucking stopped.
Yeah.
And was kind of falling backwards.
Yeah.
Like his feet were coming out.
Yeah.
First round draft pick.
Yeah. To me, he's a bust.
100%.
To me, he's a bust. The people.
Wasn't that against Michigan too?
Yeah.
So that.
I remember.
You tackled somebody hard from Michigan?
Yeah, exactly.
Who fucking doesn't do that?
I remember watching him as a junior. South Carolina and South Carolina and North Carolina always opened up the football season on like the Thursday night or whatever. And he was kind of doing what he does in the NFL. He was playing a couple snaps and taking a break. And like the announcers were ripping his ass because he wasn't in shape. He was only playing a certain amount of downs.
Did he take a year off of college too? That he didn't want to get hurt, or he didn't play the last however many games?
Yeah, because he didn't want to get hurt. But it's like, dude, you're fucking lazy.
Yeah.
You're lazy.
You were opposite fucking J.J. Watt, and you didn't do jack shit.
Nope.
Because I remember when he got to Texas, everybody's like, well, fuck, he's out. I mean, this is going to be, how are you going to block these guys?
Exactly.
Like, well, you don't really have to block that guy, so we're just going to this guy's still a fucking problem over here.
Yeah.
And we can't block him with 2 people. But
just weird shit, man. It's just, how are you that good and just talented and just lazy as fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's somebody that is kind of that rare thing of he's just super good at football and doesn't like football.
Yeah, kind of.
And there's a lot of guys in the NFL that are like, oh man, I love basketball, but I'm just better at football.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But they still work hard because I'm gonna make some money.
Yeah.
And Clowney's just he found that groove that he can make a fuck ton of money.
Yep.
For nothing.
Yeah.
Like
he just waits.
It's like a big con man.
Yeah.
Of like,
pretty much.
For some reason, you still have this name.
Yeah.
But you've never been able to. There's a fact. He turned down fucking like 2 years, $15 million a year from the Browns.
Yeah, exactly.
To sign this 1 year deal because it wasn't enough of like, hey man, nobody fucking wants you now because
you're a piece of
you
shit.
suck.
Yeah.
At football.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Piece of shit.
Piece of shite. Okay, so has Juju mouthed his way out of a contract?
I don't. No, he'll sign one. He's going to end up in L.A. But
Chargers or Rams?
Chargers probably.
Okay.
I think they're the. I don't know how the Rams can fucking sign anybody. I mean,
good point there.
Yeah, but I don't. Now they'll probably sign before I even get this off. But until Galladay signs, it's kind of tough for Juju to sign.
Yeah, you're right.
Because I feel like he needs that number.
Yeah, to see what he's actually worth.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good point there.
And I just loved all that shit that he said because he's another one. Not putting him in the same thing as Clowney because Juju's not lazy.
No.
Super talented, but maybe just not focused on football because I think he's found a way where he can, I'm going to make some money here, but I'm setting up my future.
Pretty much.
So that's why I say LA, because that kind of makes sense.
And he went to USC. I think he's from California. Yeah. To me, he's one of the ones that he's not a problem. He just likes to run his mouth. But he's one who Bill Belichick drools over because he can get the best effort out of him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he's like, there's no bullshit here.
I don't think he would play there.
That just comes to my mind.
When Chad Johnson went there.
Yeah. Yep. Not even Bill can.
Tom Brady gets Chad Johnson or Ocho Cinco. And it's like, he played like 8 plays the whole fucking year of like, hey, didn't fit this way.
No. But that's one. And like, I think the Patriots make sense. And then I think to me, he seems kind of spiteful.
Yeah.
I can see him going to the Ravens. I don't know how much money they have left, but they don't have receivers.
Yeah, they don't have any fucking receivers.
So it seems like, okay, Pittsburgh, you don't want to re-sign me because of this and that. Okay, I'm just going to go to this team and compete against you twice a year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I don't know that it would be a spiteful thing because I don't think he ever intended on signing with Pittsburgh.
Yeah, you're right.
He's saying all this shit, but even beforehand, he's like, well, we're trying, but if it doesn't work out and I can't make it and I have to, I still love you, Pittsburgh. It's like, it would make zero fucking sense.
Yeah.
For him to go anywhere but like in LA or New York.
Yeah.
Even to the point that, he might sign a 1-year deal or whatever. So what are you going to say, 10 million?
Yeah. Maybe.
Like him?
Yeah.
Like if Baltimore offered him 10 million and the Chargers offered him 9, I think he goes to the Chargers. It just feels like,
an LA thing is him.
I think more than other people, I feel like his decisions are more outside of football.
I see what you're saying, yeah.
It's like kind of like that NBA thing of like, you got to be in a big market to make, it's like, nah, it's the NBA. You pretty much, it's online.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, if that was the case, then why have the fucking Knicks never been able to find a free agent?
Anybody, yeah.
Well, you got to get to that big marketplace. It's like, well, the Knicks have been clearing cap space for the last 15 fucking years, and nobody besides Carmelo wants to go there.
Yeah.
He didn't really want to. They just offered to pay him.
Ton of money. Yeah.
And he could shoot all the time because he didn't have anybody else. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
And then I read a report where the Patriots were looking to sign Chris Carson or Leonard Fournette too to add to that free agency splash.
I would go Carson besides Fournette. Fournette can just.
See, I'm the opposite because Chris Carson hasn't played a full season in like 2 years.
Fournette is not a running back for them. He's a tweener.
Yeah.
To what they want. They want the receiving guys out of there.
Yeah.
Or they want the big boy. And he's he's phenomenal back. Fits in like 28 offenses in the league.
Yeah.
And Patriots are just one of those offenses that's probably not it.
See, I could see him kind of almost playing that Leonard Fournette role his couple years there, just as the bruiser.
Well, he is Leonard Fournette.
Sorry, God, like Garrett Blunt.
But he's not, though.
I understand, but I'm saying he could. Yeah. I don't know if that's in my mind.
In my mind, that's who I think a little scat back that they throw to.
Yeah. We're going to ground and pound with this guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, not Leonard Fournette.
It's like, well,
he's
that's
a Leonard Fournette kind of guy,
Yeah. That's exactly who the fuck he is.
Yeah. But that's, I don't think they're done. I
don't either.
I just think that, they're ready to, they're trying.
And I'd kind of thrown that out there on a whim on the Curtis Samuel thing. That fucking makes so much sense for him to be in New England.
Yeah.
And for that fact of, he's perfect for the fact that he was taking running back snaps last year.
Exactly.
Bill Belichick's going to be jerking off in front of his fucking dog for that one. I mean, Nike, did you see this?
Yeah.
Now look at this. The fuck his dog's name is Nike.
I know, it's weird.
Which is...
You think they paid him to do that?
That's what I'm wondering of like how much... Because it's weird, like you'd never know he has a dog.
Exactly.
And then it comes out that he's named Nike. It's at the fucking draft. He's taking pictures of like...
Yeah.
And all you hear is Bill Belichick and his dog Nike would be the greatest fucking advertisement ever.
It would be.
If Nike's like, hey, we'll give you $1 million if you name your dog Nike.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Do I have to do any commercials? Nope.
Just name your dog Nike.
You know, if you just have them around, take a couple pictures of them.
Yeah.
Actually, if you could just have him at this draft and just say, we'll let the people know that his name's Nike.
Yeah. We'll just make sure he's in the room when the camera comes on at the draft.
It'd be funny if he had another dog named Under Armour.
Yeah.
He just signed all of them.
Both. Yeah.
Well, there's a dog. Oh, there's his cat Puma.
Yeah. Hey, you were right, though. Kyle Long just signed with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Told you.
You're right.
It made sense.
Yeah.
Mainly what made sense for him.
Yeah.
Because you're not coming out of retirement to not. Because I knew he was in Las Vegas of like, the fuck. I mean, you're just wasting time. You're not signing with them.
No, you went there out of respect probably for your father.
That's it.
Probably the
See
only
if they
reason.
throw some stupid number at you.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean you have no, because at that time when he met with him, they had no fucking offensive lineman.
Yeah, exactly.
That's still the weird thing that's a comment of like, hey, if you're Derek Carr, what are you thinking?
That's a good point.
Like, huh.
Yeah.
All right. Well, my one receiver just went to the Patriots.
Yeah.
And I have no offensive lineman.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, John Gruden's so good at football.
Yeah.
So good. The most overrated fucktard in the...
Yeah, he is. I don't like him. He's a turd.
I never liked him.
A turd.
I'm going to tell you the other thing. I didn't like him on Monday Night Football either.
I liked him on Monday Night Football because he actually didn't tell me things that I already knew.
Let me tell you this. This guy can throw. I love quarterback. Every quarterback in the fucking league is a Hall of Famer to him. Even the backups.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, they signed this guy on last Thursday, and I'm going to tell you, man, this guy probably going to be in Canton.
Yep.
Well, he threw 3 interceptions on 4 passes, John.
Yeah. My favorite thing about what he did on Monday Night Football was he would pick one random person and just call him his grinder. Like, it would be like anybody randomly, like, he's a grinder. He's a grinder guy.
Do you think he was more referring to of the app Grinder? I'd like to meet this guy in the back alley. Showing up close.
It's part of some underground beat-up
That's still
club.
one of the funniest lines. And honestly, that movie Trainwreck.
Yeah.
With all John Cena's parts are some of the funniest fucking things. He goes,
they're best.
You can find me anytime. Be the closest guy on Grindr.
Hey, Mark Wahlberg, shut up down there. I'm 3 of Mark Wahlberg.
I think, because he's done like, some action movie type shit like that. I think people are missing it. I think he's more of a comedy guy.
I do too.
I really do.
You don't expect. It's weird with like the physically fit people.
Yeah.
You don't expect them to be goofy.
Yeah.
But he kind of has that goofy, tone, you know what I mean? Just the way he's, like in Daddy's Home. Like, he's funny in that movie just because he seems like he would play himself, but not himself.
Yeah.
How people portray him to be, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's funny.
And I don't watch wrestling anymore, but I love all the people because it drives them nuts.
Yeah.
Because if you watch one of his matches, you can fucking hear him calling the stuff. Like, he says it so loud.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, clothesline.
Yeah.
Like, well, hey, man, maybe
we just watched that happen.
Tone that down a little bit. No, as he's calling the match.
Yeah, I gotcha.
He's like, throw me off the most people be like, hey, throw me off the ropes and clothesline. And he fucking screams it. And then it happens. Everyone's like, well, hey, like, we know that this is kind of scripted stuff.
Yeah.
Act a little bit.
Yeah.
Try to hide it a little bit. Give me that razor. Let me cut my head. They're not allowed to do anymore.
No.
Apparently
not.
Pussies. You're not into cutting your own forehead to sell it.
Yeah.
What are we even doing anymore? What kind of world are we living in?
It's funny.
I did get into had nothing to watch. I haven't pulled the trigger on watching the second Coming to America.
Yeah. I like the
Did you
first one.
watch it?
No, I like the first one so much that I don't want to watch the second one.
That's exactly where I'm at.
Yeah.
Because it's always that
terrible.
One, it's 30 years after or whatever.
Yeah.
You're making a sequel. So I'm scared to watch it because then I feel like I won't like the first one anymore. Yeah. So I haven't watched it yet. Yeah. So there hadn't been a lot to watch.
Mm-hmm.
So I got into, I haven't watched South Park in
quite some time.
12 years.
Yeah.
13 years.
Yeah.
and they're on HBO Max or whatever. I don't know. I assume they own Comedy Central, Warner Media.
Yeah.
But I'm like, yeah, fuck it. I'm just gonna lay on the couch this weekend. So I just went back like a few seasons. You know, I didn't start where I stopped.
Yeah.
I just went back a few seasons, just letting it play. They still got their fucking fastball, man.
Yeah, I know they do.
I mean, it's like, I can't believe I stopped. And I remember exactly when I stopped watching it. This is like, it's funny. And this is back like 2008 or some shit like that. They did an episode that was all about lice.
Yeah.
And it started with the kids getting lice at school, but then it was the story of the lice.
Oh, yeah.
It was about trying to have their babies and stuff in the hair. And it was like, I'm out.
Yeah.
And I fucking never watched it again until last weekend.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you, man. Now, I mean, obviously they do some political stuff, and I don't care about that.
Yeah.
But
funny.
The
last episode I remember watching was right after The Dark Knight came out, or The Dark Knight Rises came out.
Yeah.
And they did the Bane episode with the UPS man. Have you ever seen that one?
No.
So pretty much like the guys in the neighborhood think that the UPS guy is banging all their wives. And so some of the kids start to think that this UPS guy is banging his mom. And so he gets this Bane mask and starts talking like Bane. And he's like, a man's wife is his life, UPS man. He starts talking like him, and it's fucking hilarious. Yeah.
Oh, I had to find that and go
it's
watch
good.
it.
It was like right after, so 2012-ish, 13-ish. That's the last time I watched a South Park episode.
Because I remember and I don't know if when this fell, if I watched the episode, but after LeBron's original decision,
yes,
like that, they did that whole thing where they basically the commercial that he did about, I'm not supposed to listen to my friends; they're my friends, kind of thing, you know. And South Park did a take on that, and it was Cartman doing it, and like is kind of saying everything that he was saying in the commercial. And at the end, Cartman's like, am I supposed to apologize?
Yeah.
And then he goes, nah, I'll probably just keep being a dick. And that was like the end of the... I just love how if you do anything, they will mow you down.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't matter who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
Like George Clooney was in their fucking movie.
Yeah, I know.
And then he had that Oscar speech or whatever he did of like, well, we're, us in LA we're kind of the front movers of climate change or whatever. The next episode is like the George Clooney smug cloud of like, they're friends with that fucking guy.
Exactly. Well, he was in Basketball, wasn't he? Was he?
No,
which one was he in?
He was in the South Park movie.
Oh, the South Park movie.
He was a doctor at the beginning.
Gotcha.
It was like,
gotcha.
Like, they know this guy.
Yeah.
Like, nope.
They don't give a fuck.
Doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
But the Randy Marsh might be the greatest character ever. Yeah. Well, it's a whole thing. Obviously, they're in Colorado, so he opens up like weed farm. And instead of Integrity, it's just called Tegrity Farms.
Yeah.
And he just, every time he talks about it, he gets real low and goes, well, you got to start doing things with Tegrity. Tegrity weed. I mean, it just goes almost like that Marlboro Man thing. It's like, that's fucking awesome. So I don't know why I quit. Well, I know why I quit watching, but it's like,
it's fucking hilarious still.
And the fact that still the fact that they say fuck.
Yeah, I know.
And it's like it's still funny. Like, I'm like I'm a fucking child.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, well, it still works.
It's funny. Funny shit.
Yeah. South Park. Where it's at.
Yes, sir.
I got nothing else.
I'm good.
All right.
Wideside.